I'm Max. I'm the creator behind Eat the Rich Art. I use he, him, and they, them pronouns, and I thought I'd show you what I've made this week. I am filming this bit on Friday night because I have a market tomorrow morning, so I wanted to show you what I made before I sell any of it. Cross fingers, touch wood. And then I will be back on Sunday to let you know if I've made anything else in the last couple of days in the week. So, it's not been the most productive week creation-wise this week. I've been doing a lot of UKCA testing and tagging things and getting ready for my market and all of the lovely stuff that comes along with that, such as editing the videos and doing all of the paperwork and all sorts of stuff, keeping up with my Ko-fi store, adding all of the new things to it. So I've not been able to actually make very much because I am working a 9 to 5 on top of all of that. So there's not much to show you, is what that entire ramble was meant to say. But I've been involved in a very exciting pattern test this week, which I will show you right at the end of the video. That pattern will be coming out on the same day as this video, so I will link it as soon as there is a link. But before I show you that, the other things I have made this week. So to start off with, I've made a little baby demo. This is the Just a Mum crocheting pattern that everyone uses. This is Parfait Chunky, I believe. It might be Parfait Plush in grey. Then we have Elise Voluto in red and white, and Parfait again in the black. A little bit of stuff in. This is the Snuggler mod version, but I stuff it because I don't like snugglers. So he's just a little standing guy. When I sewed his head on, it did end up a bit wonky, so if you look at the back there, it's a little bit diagonal because when I was sewing the head on, it was kind of doing this, so I had to sort of tack it back in the right direction. But yeah, that's that guy. I wanted to make a few of these this week, but I just didn't get around to it, so that might be a Sunday job, depending on how well just the grey ones go at the market. I want to make some baby pink ones the same way as Robin from Notting Hook Crochet has been making, because she said they've been going quite well. I also want to make some in cream and tan, because the show says they're white, which is why I want to make the cream one, and then everyone else makes the tan, and I like the way that looks. So I'd like to have 4 colours of the Demogorgons, I think. But I'm going to see how grey does first before I make an army of them, because if they don't go well for me, it's fine. But yeah, so that's that guy. I promise I won't ramble this much for everyone. Just getting my thoughts out. Then the next thing I made, all of the next 5 things are pink in some way. The market I've got tomorrow is a Valentine's market, so I'm going to apologise in advance for how pink this week has been. So I made 2 of the Squishy Ladybugs by All From Jade. So this is baby pink in Parfait. Sorry, the light's not great. And then that is, I think that's blush in Parfait. And then I've embroidered little hearts on them to make them love bugs, and they have 16mm eyes in, and then that's black in Parfait as well. So 2 more ladybugs. They're already tagged because they're coming to the market, as is the demo. The next 3 things I've literally just finished tonight, so I'm probably gonna shove them in my rucksack. I've got all of my tagging stuff in my rucksack with me, and I'll just tag them at the market. But we have a pufferfish. This is the pattern by Melly Inspired Crochet. I did mention the love bugs were by All From Jade. So cute little pink pufferfish. He's turned out considerably smaller than the teal guy did, but I think that might be because I used a smaller hook, because my stitches on this are really tight. But yeah, so that's that guy. He has little pink eyes, which I don't know if I'll get the camera to focus on, but that's fine. And yeah, worked up very quickly. And then to finish off the skein that I was using, I made a Spoo the Spider. I can't remember the pattern name for this one. I think it's Moroku or Maruko or something. It's a Ribbler pattern. It's free. This is this guy. I also don't like that his little legs are curling, but I don't really know how to fix that. But yeah, I love him. I'm really hoping that this pattern does well. I've got this one and then I've got a sparkly red one. Because I really love making them. I think they're adorable, so I'm hoping they do well at the market. If they don't do well at this one, I'm not going to be too sad because I have the alt market coming up in April, so I'm sure they'll do well there because spiders always do well there for me. So that's him. And then finally, in tonight's pink spree, I made another Artemis the Bat. This is by Joyfully Meraki. On Instagram, it's a free pattern. She has a bigger one as well that I want to buy at some point, but just the little free one is adorable. These are 18mm eyes, and this I believe is blush in Parfait Chunky. I love this pattern so much. I do mod the wings as normal. Everything that's got wings, I mod the wings to make them sturdier for UKCA stuff. I just change it from flat panel crochet to doing basically a semicircle in the round, single crochet across it, and then make these little flappy bits on it, and that just gives a bit more of a chunk for the stitching to hold on to so it doesn't rip as easily when I have to do the weight test. For some reason I never have that issue on smaller pieces like ears and stuff. When I do the weight test they're fine, but if I have a big piece like a wing it'll just rip. If anyone knows where that might be, please explain it to me. I have physics A level, I don't understand the physics. But yeah, adorable. And then the final thing I've made so far this week is a pattern test for the Celestial Homebody, which I'm so excited about. I don't think she'll be watching this, but Katie, if you are, thank you so much for accepting me into this pattern test. It was a joy and an honour to test for you. So this is the Moon Keeper. So mine's a Star Keeper. Or as we've all been referring to them, the Celestial Bunnies. So the pattern name is Moonkeeper. It's these adorable little celestial bunny type creatures. Their hips do not lie. Mine has a little moon cutie mark on that you can't really see because I'm not great at embroidering. She's holding a little star so that she can find her star buddy to match her moons. She has little moon horns. And then we have the Peter Pan stars as her forehead embroidery. So we've got a second star to the right here. I don't know if the video will be flipped. If the video is flipped, I promise you that's on the right side. But yeah, so they can fly towards the second star on the right because I love Peter Pan. She has a little heart-shaped nose because I love that bunnies have heart-shaped noses. It makes me so happy. And then her ears are tan and green to just continue that kind of woodlandy vibe because I wanted her to be a bit of like a forest nymph. So I'm selling her for £35 tomorrow. I'm hoping that she'll find her forever home, and if not, she has a lot of opportunities this year to find her forever home. If she doesn't, she'll be staying with me because I love her. I'm so happy that I managed to get this to work with the yarn I had available. I was really worried that I wouldn't have enough of the dark green for the body and that I'd have to do tan for the body, which would have been fine, and I probably will do that at some point, but the vision I had was like that she's hiding in the forest, so I wanted her to be a darker colour. Sort of camouflage her a bit better, so this is her. These are just plain glitter disc eyes, though I would love to buy some hand-painted eyes at some point. And yeah, really happy. So this is Parfait Chunky in Emerald, I think is the dark green, or it might be deep green. Then it's Sage for the light green, Tan for the brown, and those are all of the colours I've used on her. I'm so happy with her. But yeah, I tried to reinforce the ears a bit so they'd stand up a bit on their own. I probably should have stuffed them, but I didn't. For the photos I took, I put a rod of wire through them, but for UKCA stuff I probably shouldn't sell it like that, so I'm not going to. But yeah, £35, and again, really hoping she sells because I'd love to make like 10,000 of her. So please, if you'd like to give her a forever home, she's on my Ko-fi store right now. But that's all I've got to show you tonight. Hopefully I will be back Sunday with some more goodies. Jumping back in because I forgot to talk about this one as well. This is the Flower Pal by The Crochet Place on Ribbler, and I've made it into a sunflower. This is Sage in Parfait Chunky, and then Rust and Lemon Yellow in Yarn Smith Chenille with black embroidery ice. But yeah, it's turned out quite a bit smaller than the first one I made. Again, I think that's a hook size thing, but I'm really happy. It's so cute. It's so much cuter than the first one I made, to be perfectly honest. And I love it. So I'm really, again, hoping this does well so that I can make some more of them because they're cute. But yeah, I'm going to go because my phone's going to die. Hello, this is your Monday morning check-in. The only other thing I made over the weekend was a puffer fish for my partner. So this is Yarn Smith Chenille in Tropical Teal. It's the blue that I use for the Derpy Tigers, and he just wanted a small puffer fish he could put on a keychain. So I just need to put a keychain on it, and then I'm done with that. And then that was everything I made. So I will throw back to Friday Night Max to sign the video off. And my recap of the market over the weekend will be coming on Friday. And I am going to update my Ko-fi store today to make sure that it's up to date with the stock that sold and didn't sell as well. So that should all be up to date by Friday. So back to Friday Max. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Please ring the notification bell if you'd like to see more of my makes across the weeks. Check out my Ko-fi store if you like the things I've made and would like to buy them, because they are all available on there. And I think that is everything I have to say, so have a nice day.